Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to A Course in Miracles discussion, followed by some chanting for change. I'm Teri Angel, and I'm here with my co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
So happy that you made it in. Karen had a little bit of technical difficulties, but
I'm one of those people out in California that you've been hearing about on the news.
I know. I feel so bad for everybody out there and what they're going through.
Oh my goodness. It's really been, we don't get rain, so when this happens, I guess it's something to
very disruptive. I know. I was thinking about that with all the flooding. I thought California doesn't know what to do with rain.
That's true.
There must have been a lot of rain dances going on. That's all I can figure out.
A lot of people surfing.
Yeah, right. So we are coming upon, well, this is lesson 19 of A Course in Miracles. And we have just so far had some ups and downs with it. We've had some of the lessons that we were all ready to chunk out the window. We've had other lessons that a light bulb went on and we had the aha moments. Oh, I get it, what they're saying now. So I just love that we can have a group discussion. I was talking to Dr. Ruth Anderson today about it because, there's been several people that have put Course in Miracles out there and it's like nobody can get it. And I said, I think it's the group effort. I think with our group discussing it and saying how it's affecting us and what we're getting from the lesson, it makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. So we're happy that everyone's here on the Zoom. We're happy that Kathy Hand, Suzanne Millard, and Isabel Reese have joined us virtually. Thank you for being with us tonight. And Karen, I'm just going to have you start us out with that really good place that you take us to at the very beginning.
I'm so excited because Mr. Charlie Charming would like to read the lesson for us tonight. And I just love when he reads to us. So I'm going to enjoy this moment with our family. Thank you, Charlie.
Okay, this is because Karen was having trouble on her internet tonight. And I have the same book that Karen starts us off with. It's the Holy Shift book, edited by Robert Holden. So let's just take a minute here and go into our heart. And the world but demonstrates an ancient truth. You will believe that others do to you exactly what you think you did to them. But once deluded into blaming them, you will not see the cause of what they do, because you want the guilt to rest on them. How childish is the petulant device to keep your innocence by pushing guilt outside yourself, but never letting go.
Well, I'm letting go. And I love that, Charlie. Thank you so much for reading that, because, it's such a beautiful reminder to all of us that whatever we project comes right back to us. It's like that silly game. I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. And you know, when we realize that pushing out what we don't want in ourselves onto somebody else, you know, it comes right back at us, you know. And it's just the funniest thing to think that projection is successful, but it's mostly what we're taught, like how to deal with stuff, you know. And so I love that, you know, we have this opportunity to see things differently. And oh my gosh, Teri, thank you so much for posting that beautiful, beautiful article in the group. I really, really read that deeply into my heart. I let it drop really deeply into my heart. I highly recommend everyone reads that in the group, because it's so powerful and it's just so true. You know, all of this helps, you know, if we realize that the movie is being projected from our third eye, from our mind's eye. It's just so powerful when we just step back and stop projecting. You know, we are in charge of stopping all the chatter.
Yeah, and you know, that came about because of the angels last night. They had me writing about we are each other, everything. If we just close our eyes, there's only us. There's nothing else. When we close our eyes, everything just disappears. It goes poof. And so they had me doing just a lot more thinking and creating and visualizing. And you know, the poem that they brought up from Rumi, say you are me. And it's like, we are each other. And I love that it goes right along with what we're doing, exactly where we are at in these lessons. And so I'm just grateful that that article came up for me to share it. And when I read that, I'm going, this is exactly what we're doing in Course in Miracles. So if y'all haven't read it, it's posted in the group, our Lessons in Miracles group. And please check that out if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe you could read a little bit, that first part, just that first little part that.
I'll have to get to it.
Yeah, that's like yesterday's was in the one by Pam Grout. We're all in this together.
I love Pam Grout. I'm on her email list, and I look so forward to getting her emails because they're always so fun and playful.
For years.
And she's just so lighthearted about everything. And, you know, she just makes it so easy to relate.
She does. So in the article, I'm going to just read the first part of it because we're going to get cracking with our lesson today. But it says, the world you inhabit is not real. Your experience of the world exists only within your mind's eye. It exists nowhere else. You live entirely in your head. That's where all experience resides. And so what's real to you isn't real to anyone else. Everything that you experience, you believe to be real, but what exactly is real? What creates experience itself? The mind. Onto it, all things are projected. But are those projections seen for what they are? Or are they interpreted by our conditioning? And that's what the last two lessons, yesterday's and today, that's what they really are bringing out for us, is that, like today, I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. Those thoughts are creating the experiences that we call reality. But are they real? And I just love how this all plays together and how we're not the only ones exploring, because that wasn't written by a Course in Miracles teacher or student. It was written by somebody that is into Zen and really working on inner peace, and came to that knowledge, the same knowledge that we're getting from Course in Miracles. And it's like, we're all getting the message. We're all getting this memo now. So are we going to pay attention to it? Are we going to see how we're interacting with these lessons and what that really looks like?
It's what the Buddha also said, and it's also what the Dalai Lama shares. You know, I mean, it's really a universal message. And you know, Course in Miracles is done in such a beautiful way. Two psychologists, you know, were receiving the messages, and but Jesus was speaking in their terminology so that they could actually use it with their clients, and so it's really an incredible, beautiful experience that we're all being invited to.
So yesterday we had, I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. So we talked about what our eyes think we're seeing. So how did you all do with that? Anybody do the lesson yesterday?
Oh yeah.
I think we all kind of, somewhere inside of us, knew that when we think thoughts, it's not just affecting us, it's affecting everything, affecting everybody. And you know, I love what you all are saying now about living in our mind. Well, what the Course says, living in our mind, because I have 4 children, and some of you all out there have children, and mine are grown. And when we get together, we will talk about a certain event that happened or something, and nobody has the same story. Everyone saw it in a different way, you know? And, you know, even to the point where as a mother, I'm there saying, no, that didn't happen that way to her. It happened that way to her. But they honestly see it as happening to them in that way. So that's what, they're exactly right. We live in our head. We live in, let's say we used to, in our perception of what we're seeing, you know? And so it's really amazing how this has opened my mind to my own thoughts, you know?
It is. And I don't know if you all are familiar with some of the experiments that have been done by criminologists that will, like, they'll stage an event and then they will interview the people that were there to watch the event. And they'll say, you know, describe the person. And some will say, oh, they were tall, others they were short. Some people said they had on a red shirt, some they had on a blue shirt. And stories were different, but it was the same group of people watching the same thing happen. But they just had this sight about it that it was the way that they saw it. And, you know, not the way that it was with that person that actually did whatever they were there to do, whatever crime, bank robbery, hold up something, you know, but people saw it differently. And isn't that interesting? And it just fits in with what we're saying here. And Jean, I love your example. It's perfect. You know, we used to get in trouble as kids. I came from a really big family. And so, so because nobody could get the truth out of any of us of who did the crime, which one of you were the guilty party, everybody got punished. It was just like, well, we'll just beat all of them. And that way we know we got the right one. But, you know, we see things differently. And so it's just really weird how our minds are projecting that and saying it the way that we think it happened. You know, I was never guilty. I just want you all to know that.
Oh, well, of course not.
And Kathy says, I think a lot of these kinds of teachings are related in some universal way, like Zen, miracles, law of attraction. Yeah, they are, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah, because it certainly does just all explore how this thing works called life and this human experience. Charlie, any insights from doing the lesson yesterday?
Yeah, well, when I said I'm not alone and I experience the effects of how I see, whatever it was, and I know I'm not alone because God's there with me and all the angels, and they all see what I'm seeing. So that's how that's how I looked at it, as because they're always there. God, I must have like 30 angels, probably 33, I think, with the number of times I almost died, and the one time I did die, and who knows? Maybe you get an angel every time you almost die.
Could be.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm so blessed just to be here with all of you, that it's incredible. So that's where I'm.
Thank you. Chris, anything, honey, that you want to share about the
Me,
lesson?
me, that good that my dad is really blessed that he have a lot of my miracles with him every order and understand I am a the hospital for
You're
6.
blessed to have the best daddy around. There you go.
Yes, and I am the hospital day of him upper him my soul Teri, I in the hospital for 16 hours with my mom. So I'm really blessed.
Yes, and you are a blessing, Chris. So yesterday we were talking about I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. And now we're going to go into the effects of my thoughts. And, when I was a kid, somehow I always knew that whatever I was thinking was known. It's like, oh, I can't think that, right? Wait, let me take that thought back. I don't want anybody to know I thought that. Somehow I always knew that my thoughts were like being broadcast out. And I think it's because I've always been in touch with the angels. I've always known they were there. So if they were there and they could communicate with me through my thoughts, then who else can know my thoughts, right? So that was my thinking as a child. It's like, what I'm thinking, it's not private, And I love this first line in the insights lesson. It says, there are no private thoughts because there are no private minds. What do y'all think about that line?
Total agreement.
Yep.
That's a true statement if there ever was, because I'm sure you all, well, I realize that many of us are intuitive, but you when we're in a group, have you ever noticed that people will pick up on the thoughts and ideas of everyone in the group? And a lot of times you can do it over distance, especially with family members or something. You all of a sudden know what they're thinking or know what they're feeling. And sometimes you feel like you have to contact them. But it's true. We just project these vibrations, these energies, and anyone can pick up on them. So whatever you're feeling, that's why those I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. Concerts and that people go crazy because they're all picking up the vibrations and the thoughts of everyone who's there. So we're like electrical transmitters. So,
Yeah. Yeah. If you've ever called somebody or texted somebody and they say, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you, or I was just thinking about calling you. And when Jean and I were together, there was one day that I told Jean, we were going down the road. I said, I think I need to call this person. Remember that, Jean?
yes, see, the way I remember it, I'm the one who said it. I'm the one who said, I'm really concerned about this person. I really feel that she needs something. And then you said, well, let's give her a call. But see, that's how our minds work.
Yeah, because she had been on my mind so much that day. And I even just pulled over and called. And sure enough, there was something going on. And she needed that moment of compassion and care and being able to explore what was going on with her. And that happens a lot because there are no private minds. We're all thinking and we're all receiving. And that's why I love this lesson so much. So Karen, do you want to get to the lesson?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This one is, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. The idea today is obviously the reason why your seeing does not affect you alone. You will notice that at times the ideas related to thinking precede those related to perceiving, while at other times the order is reversed. The reason is that the order does not matter. Thinking and its results are really simultaneous. For cause and effect are never separate. Today, we are again emphasizing the fact that minds are joined. This is rarely a wholly welcome idea at first, since it seems to carry with it an enormous sense of responsibility and may even be regarded as an invasion of privacy. Yet, it is a fact that there are no private thoughts. Despite your initial resistance to this idea, you will yet understand that it must be true if salvation is possible at all. And guess what? Salvation must be possible because it is the will of God. The minute or so of mind searching, which today's exercises require, is to be undertaken with eyes closed. The idea for today is to be repeated first, and then the mind should be carefully searched for thoughts it contains at that time. As you consider each one, name it in terms of the central person or theme it contains, and holding it in your mind as you do so, say, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of this thought about Marissa. So give that, I'm going to you fill it in your blank, however it works for you. The requirement of as much indiscriminateness as possible in selecting subjects for the practice periods should be quite familiar to you by now and will no longer be repeated each day, although it will occasionally be included as a reminder. Do not forget, however, that random selection of subjects for all practice periods remains essential throughout. Lack of order in this connection will ultimately make the recognition of lack of order in miracles meaningful to you. Apart from the as needed application of today's idea, at least 3 practice periods are required, shortening the length of time involved if necessary. Do not attempt more than 4. I just love the way that they
I know.
they prepare you, they prepare you all along, like with, and then you start going into 2 to 3 minutes of, but it's honestly, it's such a beautiful experience in acceptance, in acceptance of ourselves. And, you just feel the support of spirit all through the day. I do. I mean, I can
I
only
do
speak
too.
for myself.
Yeah.
I feel the support of spirit all through the day. I love the practice that God goes with me wherever I go. And I remind myself of that when I walk into a room, when I go and meet a new puppy, when I go meet a new client for work. I remember that I have this beautiful, beautiful presence that is always with me, and all I need to do is be aware of it, and it just shines. That's all you have to do, is be aware of it, and it just shines.
Where it's like puts us in another vibration. We're just, yeah.
We're walking as presence. We're talking as presence. We're living as presence, if we are aware.
And that's what this is bringing us to, is that awareness. Yeah.
All righty.
Okay. So I think we are ready to do some chanting on that note. So thank you, everyone who joined in with us tonight. Hope was here, Suzanne, Kathy, Isabel. Thank you all for joining in. I'm going to go turn the live stream off of the group. And Karen, if you would, talk about Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Isabel, come chant with us again. We miss you, honey.
Sure
Yeah.
Would
And
love
we
to
hope.
see you. I hope all is well. You're always in our heart.
Yep.
All right, so we're getting ready for some chanting. So we'll do this 3 times slow, and then we'll do our 108 count all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in our freedom meditation. And then we'll go into our next chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
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 Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Ganapataye
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan
Om
Gana
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Gana
Om
Pataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Pataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ire
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Hey,
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's take a breath into our heart center, stilling our minds, stilling our hearts. Oh, just see everything free flowing. There are no obstacles. There are no barriers. And when we can see that straight road ahead, no bumps, nothing in our way, that's freedom. Freedom to just go forward in the movement that's going to take us to our higher self. And that's where we're going, in that higher vibration of the miracles. Every night we chant the miracle chant, also known as Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And we have our little miracle Marlene that came in to join us. Hi, Marlene. So glad that you're here. And I see we have other people, so possibly some of our Course in Miracles people stayed online with us today. I'm so happy that you did that. So Karen, if you'll talk about Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, I'll type the words in for everyone.
All right, let's let those miracles flow. So this is where we do another 3 times slow, and then we'll do our 108 count all together. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will take us into the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho 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 Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo. Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into the heart. Just take a deep breath in, fill your lungs, feel the energy of freedom mixed in now with the energy of love. Just let your vibration raise higher and higher. And every night we chant Om 3 times, giving honor to God. And then stay in your hearts and let's connect in with the heart and the brain. And then let's give that love away. So take a breath in and we'll begin the chanting of Om. Om. Now with that beautiful love energy flowing in your heart, breathe it in deeper. Really fill your lungs with love. And that's what we're going to share out into the world. Our thoughts are not our own. They belong to everyone. So in this oneness that we are, just share that love energy. Just pull it deeper and deeper into your heart and send it out to the world. May this love flow from our hearts into the hearts that really need to see the light, to see that they are connected in with each other in the oneness. It feels so good to give that love out to the world, to just know we're doing this without agenda. We're doing it not really expecting anything back, just giving that love freely, honestly, and giving it fully from our heart. May peace reign in our world. Om Shanti Shanti. Om peace. 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 So beautiful. It is such an honor to be able to just give out love, to just make that our only purpose in this moment that we're gathered together. It's just to flow love into our world. And every night we make a declaration about peace, that we declare there is peace on earth. And we declare that peace begins inside of us. Because if it's not inside of us, we don't have it to give out to the world. But because we do, and because we have that awareness and that understanding, we can give it out. So let's say our declaration together, all of us, and those of you who are with us virtually as well. It's very simple, but it's very powerful. And we do it together on the count of 3, 2, 1. We declare that there is peace on earth.
Peace on earth. We
Yeah.
declare that peace begins inside of us.
Always.
Forever. Amen.
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 And be kind.
And be kind. And just give your love freely.
Be kind.
Charlie.
That would be me. We do this every night, and we doing this for 962 days now. And we do this as a group known as
The peace for
Peace.
Peace.
Peace for
And
Peace.
we are. And I'm a P. And she's a P. And Terry's a P. And Karen's a P. And Chris is a P. And Charlie's a P. And wouldn't you like to be a P too?
Marlene wants to be a P. Marlene's a P.
Marlene's a P. And everyone listening is a P.
That's right. If you're hearing this and you heard sweet Auntie Jean sing that little ditty, you
That wasn't
are
Gracie's a P.
Marissa's a P.
Gracie,
a
we
P.
miss you.
Sunny's a
I'm a
P.
P's.
That's right.
And
So
I'm
Ringo
P's
and Mary
and
P's. We got lots of P's going on. And our Gracie P is missing in action still, but Gracie, we love you and we're holding that space. Oh, Isabel, you are a P. Isabel says we are P's for peace. I kind of knew you were there in the background, Isabel. I thought you stayed on with us.
I'm so happy you
Thank you.
stayed to chant, Isabel.
We're very
I love
happy
you so
about that.
much.
English P's.
English
And
P.
Canadian P's. Marlene's a Canadian.
Marlene's a Canadian P. Hope is an English P.
Hope it's an English P and Zena. And Pat, isn't Pat in England? Pat
Mhm.
Moss.
Yeah, we got lots of international P's.
We have a Norwegian P.
She's really stretching it now, you guys.
Wouldn't you like to be a P too?
I want the whole world to be a P. Have a P world. All right, so we're going to get out of here and leave our chanting ringing through the hills so that Gracie can hear it, because those hills are alive every night when we chant. So thank you to everyone who chanted with us tonight, everyone who holds space for us as we do the chanting. We love you so very much. Come back today on day 963, and we'll do it all over again. So stay in your hearts and stay blessed. So much love to all of you. And we leave you with
Namaste.
stay warm out there too.
Good night.
Bye,
Good morning.
everyone.
Good
And
night.
dry.
Warm and dry.
Right, yeah.
Bye, everyone.